Record. Ladies, how you're going to have a whole family and kids with your best friend's husband is beyond me. Even me, with my bad manners, there are things I cannot do. I also have nangin nawe in coma. There's a lady here where I stay who is experiencing this. Of course, I did not get permission to tell her story, but of course, I'm not going to mention her names because I do not want to be sued for defamation or whatever is going on. But it is a very, very sad story. Some of you women don't have sister code. All you do is want to magala kola mfunira muwa how you go and sleep with a person's husband whom you call your best friend is beyond me. So this story happened around the place I stay. Where I stay is like an estate, and like we have like apartment blocks. So where I stay, most of my neighbors are foreigners. But foreigners, we have like one Ugandan lady who stays like a house above my house. My sister came back from work, and we like staying up late because just thing Lugambo meant to what maybe it was up to like 1 o'clock. So that fateful night, Patience is around, she's drinking her beer, I'm drinking my water because I had to hydrate. Ngatulia commotion upstairs. But it wasn't like the house above me, because the house above me has Nigerians living in it. So the house after the Nigerian house is where the lady and her husband stays. Banama ngatukolachi or ngatuya commotion we try to go to the balcony to see if we can hear more, thinking it's coming from out of our, like, because our apartments in Suribanji compound, and like it's hard to know where the noise is coming from here. So when we went to the balcony, we couldn't hear well. We got out to the staircase. You guys, the lady and her husband were fighting. They were fighting so much, and they were yelling for a place which is like relatively quiet. Like the only noise you're going to hear is like music or like the bordermen on the stage shouting. But apart from that, it's a chill place. It's a really, really, really chill place. It's hard to hear your neighbor's noise unless they're really, 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 really loud. So ngatuli nyanze nemganda bana tu lugambo. You see me, you think I have lugambo. You haven't met my sister. She's just shy. She cannot tell her stories, but trust me, her life is a movie, but she cannot sit here and tell those stories. So ngatuli nya upstairs ngatuli zachi bana barana. Ngatuli omchala no mwami ngabatandika kwekuba. You people ngabe kubira darana. Omuchala yabadde bakwata ebintu by'omunju nga sula bikuba omusajja nga the husband oba yali we are not in the house inside we are assuming. So after the askari comes from downstairs, the armed guard comes because they are commotion, then na knocking bebagulawo olugi nga the husband is bleeding nibamujjawo. Now the woman was like really, really, really furious. Like she was really emotional. That moment when you've been like in a very heated argument, in a fist fight with your husband. I think the husband wasn't beating her, she was on the beating. What? The husband, rightfully so. So nga scary ajawo chi, nga jawo omusajja. Some neighbors, the Nigerians and the Pakistanis come because the commotion was big, people. It was big, but of course me, the Rumamonga, I wish I had recorded now. Tebiani movie recording because that's someone's life, yeah. Because we are Ugandans. We are the only Ugandans where we stay on this apartment block. So ngatuyingira munda to ask the lady to calm her down and ask her what's going on. So when she of course had like an emotional break meltdown. She cried on our shoulders. Like it was so emotional, you guys. It was so emotional. Ngabe dance umkazi alumidwanga. She's going through a lot. Sibarisayo. That night we asked her what's going on. Ngomkazi atela ko story. Ngomkazi atela ko story. This lady had a friend. I can't even say has had a best friend. Mukwano gwenfanfe basoma bonna ewawe bali bamanyi ono muwala, like, you know, those friends, bestie for life. Abo bosembeza munju yo, you can even tell them to, or like you're comfortable having them around your man, your family. That kind of friend. If people have besties, you know, mushimani. So this girl has had, I don't know how to speak it. Okay, yali nyumizamu first person, so I have to obigamunne binyumizanga yabigamba without missing any part. Onomchala ina mukwano gwe. Nga ba mikwano nnyo nga gyenkomeza nga the best friends. So this girl, out of campus, she met her husband. Ne bakola ki? Ne bafumbiragana. They got married. When they got married, they began staying together, of course, like any married couple. But this friend of hers, the best friend, these girls who never settle in relationships. She's always chasing the next bag. Career woman kind of girl. But she's like, oh, me, it's like I'm too young to settle with one man, bichi. So we all have those friends. We don't judge you by the way. It's upon you to make a decision how you want to run your life and your relationships, yeah? So her friend, the married girl, my neighbor, let's call her Percy. Percy. So Percy is a married woman. She's focused. She's this church-going women. But unfortunately, Percy has no children. And she's been actively TTC trying to conceive. It's people. Anyone who has tried to conceive knows it just doesn't happen like this unless it's unplanned. Nothing happens faster than an unplanned pregnancy. Girls can relate. But of course, like she's trusting God on that process, yeah. So her friend, on her best friend way, from one time I am pregnant, I am expecting a child. She had to celebrate what? Her friend. And she asked her friend, who is the father of your child? Like, Omani, you've never introduced me to any man. You've never introduced me to anyone. Who is the father of your child? This girl tries to play like down, She's playing her down. Like, or it's nothing important. It was just like a one night stand. It happened and I don't want to get rid of it. I want to really have this child because children are a blessing from God. Like, we all know children are a blessing from God. But I'm better supportive friend. And I'm calling it baby shopping, baby shower. Ngamkolera, like, you know, all that attention all that attention and you give to your pregnant friend. It's just support. Era mwana bwe yazalibwa, the first child, bwe yazalibwa, this girl was her emergency contact. Go back with Mudwayo when this girl was in labor. She was there for her and with her. She was the one who actually held her child. She was the godparent to her child. Banama nga baberawo, of course, birthdays bulchimu. Omanyi nga baberawo. So this girl, unfortunately, apparently, nafuna olubuto. Percy nafuna olubuto. Okay, guys. So Percy conceived in between there, Unfortunately, the child did not make it. Like the pregnancy wasn't viable. For ladies and like for anyone who knows how hard it is to miscarry, it's not an easy thing on anyone. Like emotionally, physically, it's a traumatic experience. So this lady was going through hell. Like you can really she really wanted a child. She had been like trying to have a baby for like years since she got married. Because mulaba bino be pressure take you people abateka abantu ku pressure ozala nze ndi kuba muntu olite mudamu kunguzo ozala di. Like that pressure is not good, you guys. Like it puts people under a lot of unnecessary pressure because people pregnancy happens when it wants to happen. You cannot force your body to have a child. So Bambi Omkazi yali so devastated. Percy was so devastated. Remember, this is the name we've given to what? To the lady. Yali so devastated. Cut around that time. That had like onomwana wali omuchala to meet Annie. Which name should we give that child? Should we give that lady Patience? Or no? Best friend or Mubiwa Basacha? To meet Annie.
Scovia.
Yeah, I have enemies called Scovia. Okay, to meet Brenda. So Brenda, your best friend or Mubiwa Basacha. So when Percy miscarried her baby, that was after like Imbu allegedly. That was the time when this lady, Brenda, we have no luto, baby number B. You can imagine you are mourning the loss of your child and then your best friend is pregnant. Of course, you do not know who the father of the kids is. English. Is. Kat Naya Omani, as women, and if you love anyone, if you love people around you, you're going to feel hurt because we all know. Manamwe, over to Tononya Hokumana in a story that talking at Jitegeda launch. So this lady, Yari Mubulumi, like she was trying to heal, while trying to move on, while trying to conceive, while trying to be happy for her friend, while trying to be a married woman. New people, that stuff is too much for one person. Me personally, I cannot take stress. I shut down under stress. It means the name and Bambi, she had to be there for this woman, Brenda, the man thief, again through her pregnancy. This woman was like, "Ngawuli wafuna to watazala." Era demakola chi namubuuza nti ate nono mwana wani namugamba nono wa musajja mlala. Namubuuza musajja ki namugamba it's a married man. It's a married man. Naye namugambyeko negana olubuto bichi. Now in the whole course of this pregnancy, the second baby, this lady person again and having bawe, the husband Tiaraga any reaction is highly unexpected because omanyaba yaye bantu mwe abasajja bayaye bekaza, but the man didn't even act like shocked or surprised. He just act like, oh, that's good for her, we shall have our own baby bichi nga mugagumya mchala we mtuja kuzaala waffe bichi okitegeera. Kati bavaawo nga baby showers nga this girl Percy asks her man for money contributions, nga this husband of Percy nga naye alaga nti ono mukwano gwaffe tumubeererewo ate single mother of 2 tumubeererewo nga ngambe mbu ne baby shower gye basulira ono mukyala for the second child, it was 50% sponsored by Percy's husband. Yatekamu sente 50% sponsored, if not more. Yaliwo present. Naye kati Percy being a good person, yali alowooza nti omusajja we ajasubera ki abeera supportive friend, supporting husband, supporting partner. We all want supportive men. Naye mama supporting nawe komaka nnyo kumata. My sister told me about this with small told me, I've been obsessed. obsessed. Anyway. So weba hola baby shower yana damu na azala. Eba tuka hospital bills. Onomchala yalona, there's a hospital where near I stay. It's called TMR. If you've been to TMR, you've seen their labor bill. Gundi bakwa different packages starting from 2 million to 8 million. Onomchala again analonda labor suits. A 4 million normal delivery and a 8 million C-section. She thought she was going to push the baby like the first child, but unfortunately she couldn't push. She had some complications, so she had a CS baby. And guess who paid the bill? Husband of the best friend, supportive husband. You are fair. Sasula bill. Okumtagala mkazi wa bere stressed. Tagala mkazi wa spending sente ku mukwano because mukwano gwe tayina sente so 8 million is a lot of money. It is a lot of money. Banamwe ngabavayo. Even the first few days when this girl gave birth, she came and began staying with who? With Percy one or two bera. Ngababera upstairs. Nga, you know, nga mniga yali CS mother. So she needed the what? The love and care and attention, yeah. So where we like our houses are like 2-bedroom houses and the rooms are relatively big. So of course you can have friends over. Even the guest bedroom is well equipped. I mean, yeah. You don't share amenities with your master bedroom. Of course, you can have even person in the next bedroom if you want to rent it out. That's when you get no man away. A newborn baby, neka baby kano kiyasoko kuzala nga kabeera o ne Percy no mukozi we bajja ne babeera to help her around, you know, with her chores because this lady had to go to work and come back in the evening, but she wanted to like really show her friend she's supportive, yeah. Banama nga amalachi nga amala nga again nga energy nga she moves back to her place. Percy's marriage is still going on. Husband showing he's caring, still trying to conceive. Aliawa akorachi alinda asaba katonda alinda mwana ne husband yali mugamba tawateka ku pressure abana babachi bava katonda. Children are from God. Yes, he was right, children are from God. Manamwe nga life moves on. This story is allegedly Nzebabi Nyumiza. The person herself told me. So she would go to her friend's place or even she would take her husband. They would try to be supportive to this single mother of two who has no husband, who has no spouse. And of course, however, if the money you're making when you're still single was like 2 million, we all know in this economy that money can't do shit for you if you have children and rent and bills to pay. So this woman always encouraged her husband to help out where he can because he has a very, very good job. I mean, this man drives a Benz. If you see his car downstairs, it's my dream car. But now, tubeera nga apparently ono mukwano gwa Percy agamba Percy nti she's traveling to what? To the village balinayo emikolo, her sister's mikolo. Agenda mukyalo asupporting sister we naye abaana ali baleka waka nomukozi. If she can always drop by to see, it would be good for her. Like saba mulindirako her because apparently she doesn't stay very far from where we stay. So enyumba teziri wala nnyo. Like I don't want to tell you where I stay, but enyumba teziri wala nnyo. So after she went to the village, she left the kids with Percy and the maid. So Percy would go and check on the children and come back home. Yeah. Kati tuli awo. So when Percy was taking care of these kids, the next day, nagamba nomukozi wa munne wa Brenda to bring the kids to her place so that she can like spend time with them. Omanyi Abana, like she really liked kids and she really liked her godchildren. So when the kids came over to spend time with Percy at her place because their mother had traveled to the village, one of Percy's friends apparently remarked Nagamba Percy, nga banana bafanana bao. The friend told Percy, nga banana bafanana bao. I don't know how Shadent noticed the resemblance, but she thought, my friend is just pulling my leg. But sometimes we as ladies just delusional. The evidence is just out there. But to try to kukiriza mazima. Anyway, but Percy was like, bana child, but sometimes a child is not going to look like their parent until they fully develop, and it is very easy for people to have similar features because, like kids, you know how kids don't really like look like whom they're supposed to look like until they've actually really developed. So Percy just didn't like take it seriously. Nachi Doringa, we what? They move along. So onomchala komao atwala banabe, their friendship is flourishing. Percy omani their friendship is the marriage is marrying, but she mutambula bulungi, okay? Katuliao ono bawa Percy balina projects je bakola, like they're constructing a house somewhere. And Percy overseeing most of the construction ongoing, and atwala yo mukwano gwe Brenda ukola yebakola ku site nga Brenda kuba efanani abikuba just pretending to be happy for her friend nga baddayo eka, you know. I mean, to be like things you do with your best friend, we all know those things. So one time, Percy alaba on a mutual friends page, WhatsApp status, ngalaba her house that they're constructing, nga the person ngagamba congratulations what? Brenda. Nga Percy abuza Brenda, why does your friend assume that is your house? Namgamba, she just like she saw it, I posted it and then she assumed it was mine, but I did not tell her it was mine. Third party are congratulating this girl, congratulating her on her new achievement. A house is not easy to build, and these guys were building a multi-million house. It's a storage house. It was a very beautiful house. So then, like, she signs Zariwo, but I feel like sometimes you choose to believe the people that you love and care about more than your eyes. True. So one morning, nga onobawa Percy, nga simwadelinya tumuyite Ben, nga Ben agamba Percy, I have to go to the village. The guy is from the west. I have to go to the village. I have some projects I want to oversee. I want to start a farm there, and weekends I need to give it time. Weekends okuberayo, like omanyi projects says, or like farming projects nino kuberayo. So this man starts going to leaving on Friday, coming back like on Sunday evening or Monday morning. Like when he leaves wherever he says he's going, agenda directly to work, and then comes back home on Monday evening. So where kumbe there was no project before. There was no project. This guy was leaving Percy's home on Friday evening to go and be with Brenda and his family, because these kids were both his. Banabana bali bawa Percy. Ngave wakawa bali banaba Brenda bali banaba Ben bawa Percy. Ngave waka nagena na spending our weekends nabo, pretending we had projects at back home from the west. Banamwe nga mubachikoze for like over 8 months. Nga this woman was unsuspecting because she loved and trusted her husband Bambi. So one day agenda nga inogenda ku weekend like I know genda like on over the weekend to a parent project in the west. Nga Percy asked, can we go together? I have nothing to do this weekend. That weekend he did not go. He came up with all excuses and remained home. He came with all he had all excuses in the book to get out of them leaving that home that day. Because there was no project. The only project here now, it was a made up story to just go and see what his side chick who is the girl's best friend. Banamwe nga sigalawo. So we are sigala the friend, the best friend that weekend. Now I wanted to go with who? With Ben to Chirua to see this project. Nae, like the plans fell through. Like the plans fell through. Like we can hang, you can come over and we hang. Unaja, you know what us girls do, wine cocktails at home, you know. Got just like pushing the weekend away. Now one thing she noticed, because the husband was in the house, she began noticing how the husband looks at the friend and how the friend looks at the husband. Now, of course, just like any other one, I don't want to say me, I would have called tone, but sometimes people know how to hide what they're doing to us so well. She thought she was just being delusional. Not ignoring. So, but this girl, Ono Brenda, natandi kubeera a distance nga mukwano gwe mpola nga mu distance nga teyamwesalako, but she began acting weird towards her friend, and her friend wasn't like, you know, she's just a busy woman, she has kids to take care of. Omani, we all have our lives as adults. It's unfair to actually blame your adult friends for not making time for you. It's very unfair. So we are called now, like she realized her friend was not, you know, she tried to get in touch with her, but I'm laganting the business. I don't have time for us anymore. Then friendship wasn't as close as it used to be. So Percy, of course, became lonely automatically. Her main confidant was her best friend now, her husband, Ali busy. Nasuka na mwamu space and time, because sometimes we're battling with things we don't know about, yeah? So I'm like, but yeah, umujukira lo mchala postinga nga Brenda aposting za nyumba ya Percy. Namgamba, congratulations, their mutual friend. Their mutual weekend yet. One weekend arrived. Nga ono Brenda bamzala in the east. When that whatever reached that weekend, it hadn't even reached, fast approaching. With that mutual friend posted again, all roads lead to Brenda's home. Like not in Nyumba, the district where Brenda comes from. So posted so mama knew. What is happening there? People post random statuses, right? And you cannot tell people's lives according to what they post online. It's wrong. But now ignoring that was like a month before where I'm going to. Cut fast forward. So only mutual friend we are posting and all roads, okay, let's say Iganga. All roads lead to Iganga, not on a date. Remember that part. Kati ono bawa Percy Nagamba Percy nti I'm having trouble at work. Nentagayo ku loan. Help me with a loan. I think they're not keeping their finances together. Namusabayo loan ya milioni 2. Ntayongere mu farm naye agenda zimudiza like in 2-3 months. I mean, it's your husband, right? Nakiza namwachi milioni 2. Weyamwa milioni 2 tiyabitambulira konyojukira. She had already asked this man omuntu ala ku farm ne yebzaabza. So around that time Percy found out she's pregnant again. Thank God, she has always wanted to be what? To be a mommy. Kati ono musajja we yatwala sente ezo kumbe alizitwala kwanjula Brenda, Percy's best friend. He was taking the money to put towards the introduction ceremony. Ngakala mwanjula. Percy didn't know anything. She did not know anything about that kwanjula bambi mkazi watu. You can imagine. People are evil. Kati weyategeera. Ugategeera nti bawa agenda. That is how they ended up fighting. Nampa namwaso omutwe. Imbo yali her husband, she normally takes her husband works in an office, so of course he wears suits and stuff. She was taking her husband's clothes for dry cleaning. Of course she had removed kujamu ebiri munsawu na sanga mu pledge card. It was like the names of her husband and her best friend's names. Yeah. Yasanga pledge card introduction ceremony binebyo kusonda sente. There's a pledge card in the pocket, one of the inside pocket of the husband's coat blazer. Nge eriko namanya gachi ga best friend we. The lady tried to call him ngatakwata masimu. She did not confront her best friend. She did not. Nalinda bawe nakomawo weggulu. Weyamubuuzaako jukira she had already told the husband that she's pregnant. Ngiyagala surprising her. She wanted like to wait until 12 weeks aliyokagamu mukasajja nti you know what, I've conceived bichi obimanyi. Bannamwe mukazi watu ng'alinda bbanga akomawo. Weyamubuuza ku bintu ebyo. Omusajja namugamba nze ndi musajja nina okusajjalaata. Did I tell you that I don't love you? Did I leave you? Did I dump you? Awo obusungu bwe bwalinnya n'alyoka muwuttula, rightfully so. Bw'abagwe. Nze nandi mwekeza mu nju. Nze nina empisa embi. Kati all the things she did, all the commotion we had, she had just confronted her husband. Namubuuza. Guy namugamba nze ndi musajja tesikukyawangako and I've not told you I don't love you anymore. So what are you talking about? Namubuuza ku y'abaana. Omusajja nagamba yes, those are my kids. People, that thing is heartbreaking. How do you ask your wife for money to go and marry her best friend? Women are shameless. So, but the story when nakoma olwo olunaku naye munsabire nzire nonye extension because babituddemu nga family babituddemu. So njagenda for moral support mbafunda olugambo olusingako kwawo. Naye byebyo nno bakyala byebyo. That person you're calling your best friend might be your co-wife. Byebyo.